Why guys come back to you after dumping you. Hey guys, my name is Danny and I'm your life and relationship coach. And as the title of the video says, why do guys come back after they dump you? I know how incredibly frustrating this can be. For some of you, maybe you're like, yay, they came back to me. But at the end of the day, it's really about understanding the fundamental reasons for why guys have a tendency of coming back after they dump you. Maybe you are in a situation where you've recently have recently broken up with your ex. Maybe it's been some time, since you've broken up with your ex, and you're wondering if your ex is going to come back to you, right? And this particularly is for women, right? Why is it that your boyfriend has a tendency, or your ex has a tendency of coming back after dumping you? Maybe this is something that you've experienced over and over again, right? It's cyclical in your relationship. You guys break up, you get back together. You break up, you get back together. And if this is your first time breaking up and you're wondering, I wanted to provide you with some reasons for why your ex has a tendency, or most likely will come back after they break up with you, right? So one of the primary reasons for why he will probably come back is because there is a level of remorse, right? They realize their mistake. And what I've come to find is, and this is not the case, right? So I don't want to necessarily generalize, but more often than not, guys have a tendency of processing things a little bit slower, a little bit later than women do, right? So whenever a breakup occurs, right, if something emotionally impactful happens, women have a tendency of experiencing the emotions immediately, of starting to process things immediately. Now, again, like I said, this is not the case for every single person. So I'm not trying to generalize, but this is actually what I've come to find after coaching, hundreds of people and working with people for quite some time and hearing their stories. For men, there is a tendency of kind of going directly into survival mode, right? So you kind of just push forward, you try to forget what happened, you try to disconnect from the emotional piece of it so that you can continue on with the mission. And because of that, we as men have a tendency of processing things a little bit later. So 3 months, 6 months, a year down the line, you realize that you are remorseful. They realize that they may have made a mistake, and they try to come back to try to rectify that situation. So that's one of the reasons. The second reason is because they want what they can't have, right? Men want what they can't have. Human beings in general do, right? So we have a tendency of appreciating the things that we don't have and not appreciating the things that we do. And this creates this, I want that, right? I can't have it, so I want it. It's a challenge. And the thing is, they've already had you at one point before. So the ability to be able to win you back, the ability to be able to get you to commit to a relationship again is part of that drive. But again, it really comes from that place of wanting things that you can't have. The third one, which segues off of that, is the challenge. Men love a challenge. And there's always this kind of theory, right? The cheetah and the gazelle, or the lion and its prey, and this kind of ancestral need for men to be this hunter type of personality. So in essence, on a fundamental level, guys do like a bit of a chase. Guys like to know that there is a challenge. Guys like to know that the earnings or the winnings were achieved due to their effort, right? So one of the most common things that I see in relationships is when the guy finally gets to win the girl, right? So let's say, for example, your ex comes, he chases you, he wants to get back with you. You allow him, right, to come back, and you get back into a relationship, and that laziness sets in again because they've already won, right? So it's more so about keeping your partner on their toes once you've actually been in the relationship. But again, that challenge is something that is an essential part of building that kind of tension and that chemistry and that attraction between one another. So the fact that he's already had you at one point, like I mentioned before, and now doesn't have you, there is this thing in the back of his mind where it's, well, I can do it again. I can win this person over again. I did it once. Why can't I do it again? And that's an even bigger drive and motivation for them to try. The fourth one is the grass isn't always greener on the other side, right? So people have a tendency of thinking, this relationship isn't working for me. And if you've invested a lot of time in it, right? So if it's a long-term relationship and your ex decided to leave the relationship because they felt like they weren't getting their needs met, they weren't fulfilled, whatever the case may be, oftentimes that also has to do with the fact that there is a lack of understanding of themselves, how they process emotion, ability to communicate. Same with yourself, things that you are accountable for why the relationship ended. But that being said, they step away from the relationship and they think that they're going to be able to find something better. They think that they're going to be able to connect with somebody on a different level than they were able to connect with you. And that is a possibility. I don't want to say that it's not. But more often than not, it's this kind of thing, this understanding of, the grass isn't greener on the other side. They are going to have to put in the same amount of work and effort into another relationship in order to make that relationship work. So when they come to realize, oh, wait, this is still involving work. This is still involving me investing myself emotionally. They come to realize that they potentially made a mistake and they try to come back because they've already established a history with you. They've already established a rapport. They're already comfortable with you to a level where they are not with this other person. So there are, again, multiple reasons for why your ex may come back to you, but these are the 4 primary reasons that I have come to find over the time that I've spent working with clients and helping people to rekindle their relationships, reattract their ex, and really just come to understand why people make the decisions that they make. If you guys like this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. If you want to leave a comment, I would love to see what you have to say. I try to answer as many of them as I possibly can. I read through all the comments quite often, actually. I would love to hear your feedback. Maybe you've experienced this before. Maybe there's something that you feel like I am missing. Whatever it is, just leave it in the comment box down below. Maybe you just want to know a little bit more, right? Maybe you want to dive in a little bit deeper. You can visit us at www.withmyexagain.com, where we have a multitude of different videos and blogs and articles related to this subject and many other subjects as well. If you want to book a one-on-one coaching session because you feel like maybe your circumstance is very different, it's particular, you need a little bit more help, you can also book via the website. I would be more than happy to support you through whatever you're going through or any of the other amazing coaches that we have on the team. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. I hope you're staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you soon.